The first one, an important corporate development. We spoke about this yesterday, remember on First Word, about the possibility of this happening soon, and it has happened. Tata Global Beverages will soon have a new name. The Tata Group has decided to house all its food brands under one roof. Tata Chemicals will transfer its salt, spices and the pulses business to Tata Global Beverages, which in turn will be called Tata Consumer Products, in keeping with its different verticals. Sajeet Manghat is here to tell us if the deal is being done at fair value or no. Sajeet, yesterday we were talking to Sanjay. Good morning, of course. We were talking to Sanjay about how it will be wrong to call this company Tata Global Beverages because it has a lot more. The deal has now been announced. What have you made of the deal?
Okay, so let's go through the deal here and look at from multiple perspectives and stakeholders. First, the deal. Deal is to transfer the entire branded consumer business of Tata Chemicals to Tata Global at a swap ratio 1.14 for every one share held by one share held in Tata Chemicals. So, in short, it basically means that it gives a valuation of the consumer business at 5,800 crores. There is no debt which is getting transferred, so it's a EV value of 5,800 crores in that sense. This is a business which is expected to grow to 5,000 crores as per the management commentary which came in May this year, which means that the revenues have to grow at least 30% a year to reach that in the next 3 years. So we are assuming that 30% revenue growth would take FY20 revenues to roughly around 2,400 odd crores and an EBIT which is at 20% because efficiencies goes up. Currently it's around 17-18%. It will go up to 20% and it will be at 480 odd crores, and the PAT would be at 360 crores at a tax rate of 25%. That's what we assumed. So that gives an EPS of nearly 14.1 for this company. At 5,800 crores valuation, it comes to nearly 16 times PE.
Of the transferred business. Now, this is a consumer business which is getting transferred at 16 PE when at the time market valuation for consumer businesses anywhere about 25. At the least.
At the least. You look at the peak ones, it will be going at 35, 40 times. You assume that, okay, let's give a discount to the top by 30, 40%. You come to 25, 26. But now it has been sold at 16 times to that. So that's an issue which is there. Because if I am a seller of a business which is growing at 30%,
it's grown at 30%?
30% it will grow in revenues. Though then I would like to get a premium for the sale, right? But it's not happening in this case. But we can understand it's a group consolidation happening, so it's been transferred at some valuation which is there. So now look at the buyer. From the buyer's point of view, Tata Global. Tata Global gets this business. It gets the total combined revenue would be around 300 crores for FY20, EBIT of 1270 odd crores and PAT of 1000 crores. That gives an EPS of 10.36 compared to FY20 estimated EPS by HSBC of 9.4. So it's an earnings accretive for them.
Okay.
As of now.
Immediately.
There it's an earnings accretive for the Tata. And the value, and it values the company at 18 odd times.
So this EPS of 10.1, sorry to interrupt, comes in at the diluted equity base.
At the diluted equity base. Everything on the diluted equity base. So it's an earnings accretive and gives a company a P of 18 times. So it gives an upside for the Tata Global shareholders in that sense, because it's there's a consumer high growth business coming in. So you see a P re-rating of Tata Global coming in the next few months, or as we go closer to the deal. Getting consumed. The seller, let's look at the seller. The Tata Chemicals is a commodities company. This is the consumer business which is growing at a faster rate than the commodity business. Majority of cash flows was coming from salt and other businesses. That is now moving to global. So there is a growth issue which is there. Except that they have said that now they are going to concentrate on nutraceuticals, lithium-ion batteries for the electric vehicle segment. So all these things will take at least 3 to 5 years to come in, and we don't know how it's going to play out. Some of the brokerages are very apprehensive because in the near to medium term there will be muted return on equity which is going to come in from these businesses. So it's not going to be a business which was prior to the demerger of the consumer. It was running at a PE of 12 to 14 times. It will go sub 10 after that. So that is a negative.
So there is an earnings degrowth.
There
is a P multiple downtick.
Downgrade which is happening, and discounted sale which has happened to FMCG business,
right,
which has happened. So this is what Tata Chemical is facing now. Look at the third perspective, which is who is the common shareholder between both the companies. I mean, the minority shareholders are not common between the company. Tata Chemical minority shareholders and Tata Global are different. The only common shareholder is Tata Sons. The management was very categorical when we asked about how accretive it will be. It said it is accretive at two ends. One, combined TCL, which is Tata Consumer Products Limited. It will have an accretive EPS.
Okay, which is the current Tata Global Beverages
plus the consumer business.
Right.
Will have an EPS accretive. And the second point, it said that if you look at standalone of Tata Chemicals and Tata Consumer separately, it will be accretive. So it's neutral for the common promoter because it's accretive on both the ends. But if you look at individual shareholder wise, for the individual shareholders, it will be Tata Chemical shareholders will be at a loss.
Okay, so there is, Sajeet, just to put this into perspective, there is a realignment of businesses in terms of the nature of the businesses, which is fine.
Which is a bigger role at the group level.
Which is at group level. Yeah. But from a minority shareholder perspective, just to recapture what you're saying, for a current Tata Global Beverages shareholder,
it's a very good deal.
EPS accretive business. At a good valuation, and in all probability also results in a small PE re-rating,
which happens.
Okay, so it's positive for Tata Global Beverages shareholder, the minority shareholder, yes, despite the dilution that will happen. And it's negative for a Tata Chemical shareholder because the swap is not in favor and a high P multiple business goes out of its kitty and doesn't even get enough because it's not done at a valuation which is ideally filled. Because I briefed in a conversation yesterday, I remember that a brokerage had valued this food business at much higher valuation.
And the brokerage was HSBC, which came out with its report after the earnings, full year earnings, and it said we're valuing the equity value of consumer business at 7,800 crores.
Okay.
That's at 23p they given, which basically means they're saying that even at 23p we are assuming a 40% discount to the peers.
Okay, and now it is being done at 5,800 crores.
5,800 crores, which is around 16-17p.
Nobody asked this question about the valuation.
Well, we did, but they said, we did. There's a fair valuation which has been done. There were legal opinions taken, and fair valuation was done by JP Morgan.
Okay. Well, I'm sure they would have followed the due diligence. Usually this group is not known for
the point is that
changing any group of shareholders.
So it is you look at from a holistic point of view of Tata Group realignment, it is neutral to them because it's accretive at both the ends. But if you look at from the minority shareholders point of view, one minority shareholder gains and other doesn't gain. And if you're selling a consumer business, you need to be selling at a premium, not at a discount to what market assumes.